Welcome back to another live edition here. Your host, Mr. Know-It-All. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Hope you guys had a wonderful Memorial weekend. And, well, Bitcoin just kind of sideways price action right now. Yes, Sanskar. So hopefully everyone had a great weekend. Yeah, Bitcoin just trading within the pennant right now, not really doing too much just yet. We're looking at this cross we're getting here on the MACD. Okay, the stochastics here are crossing up on the daily as well. Okay, so these are good signs. Okay, as long as we're above 20 on the stochastics, I think we could see a move up on the daily time scale. What we're really looking for here on the major time scales is the weekly stochastic cross back to the upside, which we haven't done just yet. Okay, so we could see some more sideways action. What we're going to probably see is exactly that. We might even get one more leg down on Bitcoin, but what we're looking to see is a stochastic cross up on the RSI, on the stochastics. Okay. Key indicator here to look for is that. Okay, every single time we get a cross up here on the stochastics, that ushers in a major move to the upside in the coming weeks. Right. So we got one here, back here in September, which ushered in this major move up. We got one back here. This was Corona, right? This is this cross up we got back here, which ushered in this major move back up. And every single time we do get these crosses, this, like I said before, just continues to usher in those moves, all right? So just be patient, guys. I do think we are getting close to a bottom, if not already at a bottom. The daily is implying that we're at some sort of bottom for right now. Like I said, the daily have a cross up on the stochastics, all right? And if you guys watched my previous video about are we in a bull market or bear market, make sure you guys do that. I do go into detail about how we are technically still in a bull market because we haven't crossed below this major trend line here back from the coronavirus. Right? And some of the altcoins actually look much better than Bitcoin, but to take trade setups right now, it's kind of dicey. We did have RLC play out. That was a good, nice little trade setup we gave the other day. RLC breaking out right now as we speak, up 15% on the day. We gave an entry around $5, or right before this started to break out here. I think it was around around this $5 area, but we set a DCA down to like 450s, and yeah, this is doing well. This is doing really well right now, right? Hit a couple take profits already on this setup. Sure, we'll look at ETH. ADA and XRP. Yep. All right, so ETH actually broke out of this pennant. Okay, we did make a lower high so far, but we're making higher lows, right? As long as we continue to make these higher lows. Okay, this low, this low. This low. Are we making another rounded bottom here possibly? All right, so pay attention to that, right? Pay attention to that, because then we can probably get a lift to this next horizontal line up here, right? And this looks more and more like a potential, if you draw this out, this looks like more and more like an ascending triangle, all right? I don't know, guys. Am I live? Can you guys hear me? Can't see anything? Can you guys not see anything? Okay, cool. All right, so ADA. So it looks really similar to the other. It looks really similar to what's happening with Ethereum, right? So similar type type of movement here as well. We're starting to make these higher lows, right? Low, higher low, higher low. Okay, we're starting to trek back up here on ADA. And if we continue to watch how these lows transform and transpire, okay? Because if we continue to make the higher lows, you know, we're going to continue to try to make pushes back to the upside. Again, make sure you pay attention to the stochastics, okay? That's going to give you a really clear indication. So like right now, the 4-hour on ADA is signaling that we might see a pullback, right? But that doesn't mean we come all the way back down, okay? That's where you want to use your lower term time frames to kind of get an idea, right? So right now we're sitting in bullish territory, above 50 on the RSI, for example, on this asset. We could just chop around here. We could just go sideways, you know. We could just, you know, do something like this where we just go sideways for a bit before we actually break this. This is a major resistance line here for ADA. Okay. And then was it XRP? Yeah. All right. Same thing on XRP. Actually, XRP looks really good. Kind of reminds me of what these early major moves up here for XRP look like, right? We didn't get this major break yet, but it's working on it, right? See it. Beyond Meat, Nikola, Tilray, and CGC. Yep, look at those as well. Matic, yeah, we can look at that. So the 3-day here is about to get across here on XRP on the stochastics, all right? So the daily also, I mean, it's close to getting the cross in the 2-day. The daily, boom, there's the daily cross on XRP. All right, this is key, guys. This is key. Now what you guys got to look for is an entry on a smaller time scale. Okay, we got this breakout, right? We broke out from this resistance here on XRP, and it looks exactly like we're gonna do this major move back up. Like it's literally just gonna ping pong right back up. All right, it's going to take some time. It's not going to happen right away. We got a daily cross on the stochastics. We're about to get a daily cross here on the momentum oscillator as well, and we are showing some, you know, bullish divergence here on the oscillator as well. All right, that's XRP. Beyond Meat. All right, so for Beyond Meat, you have this major fib extension here around this 125 area. You have this support around 118 to 125. If you get a pullback, you know, you might want to be looking to get into positions there if you miss this wedge breakout. Okay. This was a wedge setup here that we gave as an SCP alert. Okay. But typically the wedges go to the top, right? So we could see this go up to $207. I do suspect something like this where we cup like this to make a cup continuation on this wedge, right? From Beyond Meat. Nikola. Nice falling wedge breakout here on the daily. You know, we're looking at this resistance area here, right? The 200-day moving average, right, on the daily is right around $21, and on the weekly we got lots of. We're actually right coming up to the 21 EMA here on the weekly. We break back above this, we go into a major uptrend, which is exactly what I think we will do. Look at this bullish divergence we're showing here on Nikola. Guys, we're going to see a major swing on this asset here in the coming weeks. And what do you know? We got the cross here on the stochastics. We're talking about this. As long as you're above 20 on the stochastic and you get a cross, guys, this is going to send this asset to much, much higher prices. All right. Excellent. Excellent. All right, Tilray. So downsloping channel, we broke the channel, but we couldn't sustain price action here, so we came back into the channel, but we're making this this sort of partial decline, but looks like a falling wedge, right? So that could be a continuation, and you can see here on the weekly, we got the stochastics to cross up, but we're not above 20 just yet. But we do need to recognize that we got this cross, so I do think we're at a nice buying point here for a nice swing trade. Back to the upside, this could take a couple weeks to materialize, though. All right. And in CGC, this stock is in an amazing pattern here. We've been talking about this for quite some time here on the last couple of Discord live streams. So, by the way, guys, make sure you guys smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button if you guys are new to the channel, and tick the little bell. Put a lot of work in here for you guys during the day on these charts, and really all this weekend too. We had some nice Discord live sessions. So let's get some hype in the chat for that. You guys appreciated that. So we got 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touches, 4 touches along this parabola curve here, and we're in a falling wedge on the weekly time frame. We'll cover Filecoin here in a second, Justin. 1 inch Matic, got to cover those as well. So CGC kind of just chilling right here and kind of sandwiched underneath the 200 moving average. I feel like once we do break that, we're going to get major move to the upside. Like there's like nothing really here, right? It's just we came straight down. You know, we're going to probably stop here at this $29 level. This is this area here, this Fibonacci extension. And, you know, we have this resistance area here. I think we'll get a stop at. All right. Perfect. So this looks great. You could maybe even look for an entry on this, like, you know, maybe today, right? Because we're getting this pullback here. Earnings today on CGC. Is that at the end? Is that the end of market or something? Yeah, so, you know, Volkowski goes through the earnings plays, right? So, you guys, you know, Bobby's saying that the earnings weren't so good today. And that's fine. We're seeing that, right? A little bit of a sell-off. In my opinion, it's just a pullback after we got a breakout. So, earnings surprised bad, right? So, the earnings were announced and it was bad. But, yeah, I mean, so, like, you can short this stuff or, okay, so it already reported. Right, earnings announced, pullback, right, and so you can definitely look to find an entry here because we know that this is in a technical setup. Right? It broke out of the wedge, so far broke out of the wedge from here, right? Made a bottom, double bottom, got the breakout, and we're actually above the or right at the parabola structure line from the long-term trend line. So we could be flirting with that as well. Maybe we see 24.16. That's possible as long as we continue to make a higher low and stay above the 21 or even just go below it or a little bit below it. Not a big deal. All right, we could just go sideways here and consolidate before our next leg up. But that could be a good area to look for an entry is between around that $24 area or even closer to this $23 area as long as we're continuing to make these higher lows on the trajectory up. RLC is doing well. Could it possibly test $10? I do think it's actually going to test the all-time highs at some point. It could take a couple of weeks to do so, obviously depending on what Bitcoin does and if it remains kind of sideways or neutral or down even, it could have an impact as to what the altcoins are doing. But RLC is in that massive structure, right? So ultimately, I do think we're going to see you know, up to $9 on this move. All right, as long as we can get above the 200-day moving average, up here around $6 on this is the 4-hour chart. Thanks, man, appreciate it. Yeah, so RLC got the breakout here. Perfect. See the volume coming in. We're looking at about $6 this area here on this down sloping channel. I actually originally drew this out as a wedge, but yeah, I guess it's just a channel, but it's the channel break, right? So the channel break, you're gonna get the back test here. This is where you want to be buying it, on the back test. Okay. Any idea about XRP? We just covered it. VChain we can look at. And let's see, Fubo TV we can look at 1 inch. Look at 1 inch and Matic first. All right. All right. So Matic, I had this trend line drawn here. Obviously, we kind of broke it sideways here, so maybe this isn't a valid pattern. I didn't really think this was in any sort of pattern, but you know, we still have this top side resistance here on Matic, and we did make this bottom and then double higher low, double bottom. We'll see how this plays out. It looks like 4-hour stochastics are pointed down, and we're sort of you know, losing maybe some 4-hour momentum here. We could get a move down on Matic. Really depends on honestly what Bitcoin's doing. If Bitcoin's going to continue sideways or down, then this might actually do the same. A lot of the altcoins are probably going to do that right now. But if we do come down to these supports and test them and make higher lows, we could eventually, if we come down here, we could eventually try to break out of this, okay? As we know, the 4-hour, you know, is pointing down. So, you know, the shorter time scales is where you're going to want to make your entry points or decisions to start laddering into longs down here. Okay. And again, watch the stochastics. All right. So right now the hourly stochastics are pointed down, right? So wait for that cross up to enter on a shorter time scale. Like the 3 and 4 hour charts all look down, right? The 6 hour is kind of peaking, right? So we could end up getting a cross down, right? The daily is about to cross up. So there's lots of uncertainty with all these. These all don't really align just yet, but you know, we're above 0 on the MACD, so that's important. We're still remaining bullish on this asset until we actually break these lows. And you know, you got 1 touch and 2 touch up here, and you're just consolidating above the 21 EMA on the daily. So this asset's still bullish, just consolidating up here. Okay. What's going on, Serge? What's going on with AGI? We can look at it. We were going to look at 1 inch and then Fubo TV. So we had a bit of a harmonic on this structure, but we'll see if this actually plays out. The daily here did cross up on a stochastic, so that's looking pretty good. And we're about to get a daily bullish cross, and we're showing, you know, somewhat of a divergence here on the momentum. It's not really a bullish divergence because we had the lowest level of negative momentum up here at a higher price, and we made a lower low on price with a lower low on negative momentum, so no real divergence on the momentum. But we are getting a cross up here on the signal indicator, and we are showing a little bit of divergence on the RSI, although actually we're not, because we did again make a lower low on price and a higher low on the RSI here. So no real divergences on the RSI oscillators or anything. But we are looking at this cross up we're getting here on the daily, which looks nice. And on the MACD candles here, we're about to get a cross above the moving average. If we do that, that's going to ensue a major move up. Okay. Let's see. AGI. Oh, Fubo TV. Totally forgot about that. Fubo. So the cross up here on the weekly, right? We're above 20, right? We can see a major move up here in the coming weeks on this asset. All right, so this is looking pretty good. Now remember though, guys, this asset is in a downtrend overall, but it does look like we could see, and this was a falling wedge, okay? This was a falling wedge breakout we got here. Looks like last week it broke out. Yeah, and it looks like we're going to see continuation. The buy sell zone indicator letting us know a continuation is probable, all right? And we have this weekly 21 to get back above, but the stochastics all look good here. We're starting to, you know, take form to show, you know, a cross back up. We got it here on the 3-day chart, and this is looking good. You know, the 2-day is looking like maybe a little toppy. We could get, looks like maybe a pullback here in the next day or two. That's possible. We could just get a back test of this area here. Let's see. What's HEI? Is that a stock or something? So like momentum shifting structure, right? Low, higher low, another higher low, and higher lows all along this trend line here. So that looks pretty good. And then you have your horizontal resistance here, okay, which you had a fake breakout here, looks like. You tried to break above it, got overbought, and then just dumped. And now you're you broke out of this channel. Looks like sometime last week you broke out of it, back tested it, and now you're trying to run. So this looks good. Yeah, and I mean, well, the weekly here is, you know, in the bullish territory. You're just starting to create this positive momentum here, and you're just crossing bullish here on the weekly chart. So this looks pretty good. And the monthly getting across up to on the stochastic. So this could catalyze a big move up for this asset. If it's a gold related asset, that makes sense. We just spoke about RLC earlier, man. Caleb. All right. We'll cover VeChain here. So it still looks pretty good to me. Daily crossed up. Bullish cross down here, starting to create positive momentum. XLM, I'm sure. So on the daily, we're sandwiched between the 200-day and the 21-day moving average, or 21 EMA. Again, we got the stochastic cross up down here. We're coming out of this negative momentum, or it's sort of trying to wean off, right? And this looks like a channel up, okay? Hey, no worries, Caleb. So we're looking at a move to the top of the range at some point. It could work its way up. Right, could get a breakout, a back test, you know, continue its way up. Yeah, so some of the altcoins are really outperforming Bitcoin right now. One of them is RLC. Yeah, we did call that out. And some of the other ones are really just, you know, just kind of consolidating, waiting for Bitcoin too. We just started to get this daily cross. And we just crossed green. StatsCar, I don't really know what it's gonna do, man. I take this day by day. I know this, man. We still have maybe some more separation down here on the weekly. We need to get these stochastics on the weekly to cross back up. That's really the most important thing to see if we want to see continuation, right? 3-day getting a move, trying to get a cross back up here. So that's good. I think we've made a bottom. We're just gonna end up making a higher low somewhere in this pattern, in this structure. We'll see. I could be completely wrong. We could just end up breaking all the way down to 20 to 30K. We'll see. But for now, we're still in the pattern and we're still making a higher low, a technical higher low. Okay. Right. So as long as we continue to make these higher lows, you know, low, higher low, higher low. Technically, these are higher lows than this low. We're getting close to the apex of this structure, this pattern. So either we build up enough momentum to break out of this, or the bears win and they take us to a new low, right? So we don't really know which way this is going to break just yet. These triangles are like 50-50 type breaks, okay? But according to the weekly chart and the stochastics, we're still waiting for those to cross back up, okay? We're kind of getting close, maybe. Shorter time scale. I mean, the 3-day just crossed down too. So, I don't know. I mean, just pay attention to these lows, okay? A buy signal on the 4-hour. I know the hash ribbons are pretty good. I don't think we're flashing anything on the hash ribbons right now. Yeah, I don't think so. Not yet. Yeah, we didn't do Filecoin. Let me do that real quick. So we're getting pretty close to a cross up here on the shorter time scales. The daily got the cross, and it got a little bit of a move up. You can see that we broke this triangle here a bit. You can see the higher lows forming, right? So this is still going to all depend on what Bitcoin does. If Bitcoin ultimately just breaks this pattern down, it's going to bring the rest of the market with it. Okay. So we just have to wait for those really that weekly stochastic RSI, all right, or the weekly stochastic to cross up to really give us that signal that we're going to see higher prices in the coming weeks. And on the shorter time scale, You know, we see that daily cross up. That's good. You know, we could go sideways and do, you know, come back down to test the bottom of these ranges. And I do think as long as we continue to make higher lows, that we could see eventually higher prices, right? So it really all depends on how we hold these lows, okay? Or move up. For a move down, I mean, if it just continues to make lower highs and it ends up breaking these lows, then we're gonna see this price move down, right? And the weekly right now is kind of favoring maybe downside because we don't have we don't have that cross up, right? But we're already like down close to the bottom of that, so we're getting pretty close to, in my opinion, we're getting pretty close to a bottom if we're not already at the bottom. Let's see if we can find another track here. Trying to find some new playlists for the streams. Let's see. So the long and short of this is, guys, we're waiting for this weekly cross. Like we had the weekly crosses here and here. We're waiting for it here. All right. There goes RLC, man, 580, breaking out. Alright, so we're at this 50-minute support here. See how we end up. If we get a spring off this support, that'd be pretty good for Bitcoin. Yeah, the price action is kind of sideways and boring right now. Yep. That's why you gotta be a little diversified, guys, and be into some stocks too. I bought this penny stock, guys. Look at this gap up we got on this today. This was nice. Nice little wedge pattern here. Go to the weekly, see what's going on. And look at the stochastics crossing up on the weekly, man. Beautiful. This is gonna be a major move up for this asset. All emotions to the start on your heart going numb. I should be in drive. I just want to feel alive. I feel hurt all the time, but I can't see straight. Yeah, this I've been running on the freeway till I get blind. Yep. Oh, we can check solo. Yeah, absolutely. Nice breakout on solo today, huh? Indeed, breakout, right? Where are we? Where are we on the stochastics too? Oh man, did we just get the weekly cross up? Beautiful. This is going to be a major move back to the upside on this asset, guys. Right? At least to the top of this channel. And I think honestly we can probably get this break to the top. Okay. Right. Falling wedge breakout up here, right? That's the target. $9. $10. CryptoPants, yeah, we covered XLM a little bit ago. Yep. Tilray, yep. Falling wedge. And the weekly cross up on the stochastics, right? SE, yeah, C limited. Weekly stokes crossed up too, yep. This is a nice double bottom, right? Trade this to you know, at least the neckline here, and you get a breakout. You're looking at a, you know, an all-time high breakout. 50% measured move. That's what you're looking at. There's not a lot of data on this, but the 3-day chart suggesting a nice cross up here on the stochastics. Okay, so that could be meaning that we could see higher prices. We're seeing higher prices right now on this. And I think last time I checked this was in a wedge or something. Yeah, this looks pretty good. For a nice move up. And your target is actually, I don't know, is that a real number? 12. This is a crypto. Yes, I guess your target is actually this $1,200 area, ultimately. All right. On the falling wedge, if you get a breakout. So you got these targets here, short term 123. If you get back above $70 here. Pags. Check it. So the weekly here crossed up, right, on pegs. So this looks pretty good. You could see a move back up to the top, 61, $62 here in some time, right? Because you are in a wedge here. It looks like you broke out of it. Wedge. He broke out of. Okay. The wedge target is the top of the wedge, 60, 61, 69. All right, guys. You guys got anything else? Again, thank you guys so much for joining me today. Smash up the like button. Bitcoin not really doing too much, just kind of chopping around. We're waiting on this cross here on the daily, right? So as long as we continue to make a higher low and a higher low and a higher high, I think we could eventually get out of this. But so far, we made a lower high. See what we're doing here on this 4 hour. I said the 4 hour is just crossed back to the bearish side. Okay, the stochastics crossed back down. We're gonna probably go and test the lows. All right, and these are the lows. Yeah, Angel, we can look at Litecoin before I leave. Yeah, so we are looking like we're gonna break this support right now. We're right at this support. Let's see. Litecoin and LRC. All right, we'll take a look at those. Litecoin stochastics are, separated, right? And on the 3-day, not really showing signs of reversal just yet. And the daily, yeah, we got the daily cross, but we gotta continue to see if we can get make these higher lows, right? We're getting kind of compressed right now by the 21 EMA for Litecoin. I mean, we're holding the lows for now, right? So the daily looks okay. Like, it's not terrible on the daily charts. But if Bitcoin starts to really break and starts to really make a momentous move down and break to the bottom of this pennant and break the lows, that could spell lots of trouble for the rest of the market, right? So we want to be paying attention to what Bitcoin's doing and how it's getting really tight. It's getting really tight. So it's getting tight. BCH, yep. Let's take a look at it. So the good thing is we're still holding this parabola structure. Again, it's gonna, a lot of this is gonna depend on what Bitcoin does, man. The daily showing signs of, yeah, Bitcoin sideways or down is going to have an impact on the shorter term price movement, right? So I don't know if we're seeing anything favorable just yet on BCH. See. We're still holding the lows. Low, higher low, higher low. Technically right now we're still at a higher low. The possibility and probability of Bitcoin breaking down is about 40 something percent. Like it's in the 40 percentile, okay? Watch the lows, man. If we end up making another higher low, like maybe we make a higher low right here. Like right where we're at. Yeah, a lot of them are following BTC. Yeah. Still, I mean, there's still an argument here that we can maybe break to the upside if we don't break these lows. Like if we start making closures below 34.8 and 34.3 and 33.6 and ultimately this bottom here at 31.1 or 31.2, you know, then we got issues. We're probably going to move down. It's just Ethereum Classic. Take a look at that. I mean, Ethereum Classic's in price discovery, right? Did a pretty significant retrace already and back tested the previous all-time highs here. This actually doesn't look terrible. We need another DJ Node session. Yeah, I feel you, man. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, the shorter time scales look like we could see pullback. But we could be getting to an area where could hold the lows and be okay. I feel like a lot of this is really just depending on what Bitcoin does, man. I mean, like, at the end of the day, it's just... And this is where you're at. This is where you're at. As long as you make the higher low, continue to make the higher lows, right? So that's the most important thing. You have the bottom here, and you have a bottoming here. Are you going to make another bottoming here? That's yet to be determined, right? So we don't really know what that's going to do. An MVIS breakout, man. Nice. We're getting pretty close to the end of this channel, so. So yeah, the weekly stochastic's about to cross up here on MVIS. The 3-day chart, I assume, already made a cross. Yep, there it is. And then let's take a look at this. I believe this was a downsloping channel that it broke. Broke this back here. Yep. So downsloping channel got the breakout. And, you know, kind of made me make this cup structure here. And here on the daily, you could see that we're in a rectangle range up here. Right. So you have this range, 200% range, but you have take profits all the way up, 22, 28. And this sort of cup structure here, this looks like a continuation that Bobby's talking about here. Yeah. So you just gotta, you're getting a big, you're starting to build this positive momentum, like I'm saying, the squeeze or the cup structure. You're looking at you know, move up to like 28 bucks on this. And you could easily break the range, right? So it really depends on the volume and what ends up happening with this asset. You're in a rectangle or like a cup. Like right now you're making this cup structure. Or if you want to really draw this out, you could maybe call this an ascending triangle from back here, and you have this top side resistance like this. So then your short-term targets, if you get a real breakout, like I said, towards the top of the ascending triangle here, around $23, $23.30, and if you get the breakout, you're looking at 35 bucks, or even more maybe, because the bottom to the top of the range here is like 200%. But this could take some time to play out, right? So that's it, MVIS. There goes this penny stock that I bought, man, up 16% on the day, following wedge breakout, confirmed probably on volume here, 23.98 in volume today. This is was a nice breakout trade we took. All right, guys. Have anything else before we move on with our lovely what is today? Tuesday? Tuesday? Sure, no problem about it. Doge and XRP? Sure. We covered XRP already, Andres. Hang on, here's Dogecoin. We got the cross up here on Doge. Looks pretty good, man. Honestly, it looks like it's gonna break out. It looks like it started to. And then, you know, we got rejected here by the 8-hour 21. But yeah, we're out of this wedge. Just maybe back testing, maybe go sideways here before the next leg. MW, man, I think you're right. As long as we end up holding the lows, right? All about holding those lows. NSAV. What's that? It's an OTC stock. So yeah, downsloping channels, right? Downsloping channels, you could be getting a partial decline here on this asset. And that's exactly what it looks like. You might get a nice continuation to break out of it. This could be that move, this asset. This looks pretty good, actually. I mean, we've got the weekly cross up here, right? There it is. Looks nice, man. Looks nice. Liking it. I'm liking it. This is definitely something you could trade up. All right, we got this falling wedge breakout here. But this is kind of confirmation that we are going to go to the top here on 5 cents, and maybe ultimately you do break this resistance line at the top, the channel up, right? So yeah, Matt, this could be a good one, man. Looks good. Alright guys, thank you guys so much, man, for joining the stream today. Make sure you guys hit that like button on your way out, and leave a comment in the comment section below if you guys joined the content, and maybe there's something I missed you want to see in the next stream. You post that in the comment section too. And if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button and tick the little bell, and make sure you guys join the Discord. That is where all the fun stuff is happening. You guys can hang out with me in Discord live, and we talk you guys through trades, and we have a fun time, man. All right. We'll catch you guys tomorrow, and we're going to get some more static content out for you guys too, so stay tuned for that. Thank you guys so much. Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful day. Catch you guys tomorrow.